Hi guys.
Hi,
I'm Adria.
I'm Laura,
And we're your Vaping Housewives. So we are at our local vape shop today, who had this really cool build off and cloud comp, and our girl Laura took first place.
I am the
Look
winner.
what she got.
I got the rig
Rig.
mod. Oh my god!
With the roughneck.
I've got endless clouds, which I have never tried, and we will review before I crack this thing open.
Yeah, we'll do a review on that.
And I had a choice of Majesty e-liquid, and
because they sponsored today's event.
And like I told you, my favorite one from them was Royal Gesture, and sure enough, I picked me up
that's
one
what
of
she
3
got.
milligrams.
So she got that for free.
Yes.
And so it is kind of a big deal that a girl took this today.
Diamond wire.
Diamond wires. Yep.
Forgive me. Yes.
So the way this event took place is that they had 2 people pair off together and they had to build, and eventually the fastest time won. She had the fastest time out of 8 people.
Beat all
8
the boys.
people. She beat all the boys.
Yes.
She beat the second place winner for a build by 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Yes.
So it goes to show you that girls are representing. So,
do it.
And today we are going to interview quite a few different people. Some of it may be over the span of a few videos because we don't want to keep things too long. So we are excited to introduce you. We are going to introduce you today to the maker of Diehard juice, to Majesty, who we just did the giveaway for. So we're going to interview Majesty Juice. And then we have some people from Endless Clouds, and just a lot of people in Utah that have come down here to support the vaping community here in Elko, and also support Vaping Housewives.
Yes.
So we're super excited. So check this out. Hi guys.
Hi.
I'm Adria.
I'm Laura.
And this is John with Diehards and Ryan with Majesty. So, of course, Majesty's is the liquid that we just reviewed and we put out and we did the giveaway for. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the help.
I love you.
And like I said, we just got finished with our cloud comp, so they're kind of vegging out and getting some pizza and stuff. But we wanted to interview them today and kind of ask them some questions, find out how they got started in making juice, and just kind of bring them to you guys, because we know you guys like our videos, so we wanted to introduce you guys to a couple of people in the industry. So, Ryan, how did you get started?
I just was vaping on my own, and I started making it for myself.
Yeah.
Let friends try it. It kind of blew up, and I was kind of forced to get a business license.
Forced to get a business license. They held you at gunpoint?
No.
I think
People
it's
were asking for it, and it kept getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. What about you, John? How did it go out for you?
Ironically, this guy helped me get into making juice.
Wow.
I started vaping a little over a year ago. Put down the sneakies altogether.
Yeah.
And started vaping cigarette. Not vaping, not smoking cigarettes, and I was vaping 100%. And then I just felt like, oh, you know what? I need to start making some juice. Back then, there wasn't a big selection of juice, really. I mean, there wasn't that much on the market. There was a few brands that were pretty good, but I just wanted more. So I started making my own.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And he got me into making my own because I knew he had a juice line,
Yeah.
but his was mostly like a 50-50. Because I mean, literally, 2 years ago, that was it. That was the thing.
That was all you had was the
There
only
wasn't high
option you
VG
had?
juice.
Yeah.
I wanted high VG.
I didn't even make it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do a high VG drip only line, and that was my goal. Another industry friend of mine, Andy,
Yeah.
had a drip only line. He was like the first in Utah that I knew of.
See you guys.
That's
And
really cool.
I wanted to
Bye.
be like Andy, basically. I
Yeah.
was just like, I need to make my own juice. And then everybody liked it. Kind of along the same as him. Everybody liked my juice, and they pressured me into, like, you should sell this.
Yeah.
So here I am.
So when you come out with the juice, you have to. There's so much more than just mixing the juice and actually like that. You have to come up with names and branding and logos. And so, what was the most difficult thing for you guys to get started?
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Because with juice, you can't just throw out a flavor and have it be good immediately. And if it's good right as you make it, in a week or 2 weeks, it might taste terrible.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trial and error, messing with percentages. There's a lot that goes into it. Mainly, that's the hardest part for me.
It's just trying to
And
get
waiting.
that sweet spot, I guess.
Being impatient is the
Yeah.
hardest part.
How many flavors did you go through before you came up with your favorite
That's a
line?
good question.
I don't know. I had set with the flavors that I wanted to do, so I didn't toss away a lot of flavors. I just worked with them, worked throwing in different flavors into it and doing all that before I actually came up with it. I haven't thrown away a ton of flavors.
That's great.
You mess with it, yeah. You improve it until it's good.
And one of our biggest things for Vaping Housewives is making sure, of course, because we have kids and their pets and stuff in the home, it's making sure that they have the child-proof caps and the warning labels on there. And I know that you guys work with the Utah, what is it called?
Utah Smoke-Free Association.
Yeah.
Through being membership with them, we're actually required to comply with certain rules.
No, and these are not rules set out by the federal government yet. These are rules set out by
this is an industry organization.
Yes, okay.
I mean, what's funny is we actually give them money to be a part of their organization, and we still have to follow their rules. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, but we love the shit out of the organization.
Yeah.
But it's cool though.
It's good for the industry.
It is.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It shows a way for different companies, including retail, to self-regulate and showing the government that we can actually do it ourselves.
Yeah. So basically, the whole premise behind it, right, is to do more than is required, right? So to put more regulations on the vape industry than is currently being required. That way, you can show people that look, we do care.
We want
it's not
to show
just
along the line civic responsibility. Like
Sure.
we want to be responsible with the communities. Like we don't want to be that person on the news. It's like this guy's doing it.
yeah.
We don't want to be, oh, this guy's got this guy's got that. We want to be like, hey, look, these guys have the warning labels, they have the childproof caps, they're actually accurate in where they have their mixing, so we have the right nicotine percentages, we have the right everything's disclosed on the label.
Sure.
I mean, my labels are very plain, easy to read. Everything's listed.
Yeah.
His are the same way.
Yes, absolutely. I agree 100%. Yeah.
So we want everybody to know what they're getting into when they pick up a bottle of our juice.
We want to show everybody that we're being responsible, we're taking action. We want people to know what's in the juice, what they're vaping. It's being made in a clean environment.
So you guys do use like labs with clean labs and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is we actually share a lab.
Sure.
And it's a small lab, but it's clean. It meets all standards. I outsource a lot of my manufacturing to another lab.
Okay.
So my lab's I've actually got, so I do my flavor development in my lab.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then I outsource my manufacturing. So I've actually got a full-time day job too.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't have time to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm very busy.
Yeah. Very busy man.
And we are actually improving that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and of course, those are things that I think others in the industry need to pay attention to. Is that you guys are doing it right without the regulations. You guys are of course are regulated, being under the Utah Smoke-Free Association, but you're doing it before the government comes in and says this is bad, this is what you need to do.
You're proving to
be
the
compliant.
vaping community that we can establish a strong.
The biggest reason, like I care about vaping.
Yeah.
I mean this got me off the stinkies. I love vaping.
Sure.
I'm just as much of a consumer as you. I mean, I love it. So I take very much pride in what I do. I want to make sure I'm doing it right. I don't ever want to see any of my actions hurt the
Industry, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
and joining Smoke-Free isn't just about self-regulating ourselves. It's about funding lobbyists and all that to fight so we're not over-regulated and not ruining the vape industry as a whole.
Sure, because right now they have the issue of taxation, correct? So
actually, that's already been defeated.
that's
Utah
great. In Utah,
Smoke-Free,
right?
they took that. I mean, the Utah Smoke-Free Association hired a lobbyist or a couple lobbyists. They went and fought. They pretty much went in and defeated the tax before it even hit the bill. A bill was approved in Utah. There is regulations being imposed, but they're not unreasonable.
The only thing
Okay.
waiting is the government's signature, which
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
happened.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to happen. We got to wait on the governor's signature for the bill to be able to
Yeah.
law.
Because he was
Yeah.
the one that wanted the taxation in the first place.
Okay.
So, I mean, we have regulation now, which is actually kind of nice because now vaping is recognized in Utah.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, now we're regulated. We've actually been acknowledged by the government as a thing. There's an electronic cigarette license that businesses must obtain.
Sure.
It shows that the industry won't die.
Yeah.
So basically, the industry's here to stay.
Oh, that's
You know,
great.
it's
That's,
awesome, which
and
is good.
that's always promising. So,
That's a big
just kind of an outlandish question. What do you guys see for the future of vaping? I mean, like you said, just in a couple of years, you've gone from just a 50-50 mix to a high VG jerk blend. You know, I see all these things come out. The newest is the sub tanks with the sub ohm coils.
You know,
Do you have any
to answer that
foresight?
question, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff being innovated. I mean, I use a vapor shark, so it's got temp control.
Mm-hmm.
You never get a dry hit. It's a pretty cool thing. I mean,
That is
there's a
neat.
few other devices that are coming on the market that have similar technologies. Vaping literally changes. It's like the computer. Like every 3 months,
Something new
something
is
new
coming out.
comes out.
The crazy thing is too, we don't know.
Yeah.
All these things, especially the temp control, that came out of nowhere. We didn't know that was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
building coils and stuff. That's kind of old, but becoming mainstream.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was going to happen. Like
Do you think
none of the stuff we know is
you know,
gonna happen.
I've kind of noticed lately that the sub tanks really can help propel, and I guess maybe progress those people who are still kind of part-time vaping, part-time smoking, kind of get that, because I think a lot of it is they want that feel of smoking,
Yeah.
that like hit, that chest, that. Do you think that helps
That
people?
definitely helps because you know what's. I never actually quit smoking until I started dripping.
Okay,
The sub tank kind of takes that lazy man's approach to dripping.
sure,
So
yeah,
basically, you can buy an out of the box, ready to vape product that gives you the same experience. You get a ton of vapor,
yeah,
you get a ton of flavor, and you get a good nick hit, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
I'm sold.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely,
And for example, like with the sub tanks and stuff, is my brother-in-law and my sister, they always loved my dripper and everything, but they never wanted to take time to build it. They have a kid. They both work separate schedules. They didn't have time for it. I got them an IPv2 and I got them an Atlantis tank, and they love it
yeah,
And it
because they
works.
feel like it works a lot better for them, especially for driving and everything. Because like,
yeah,
But I think what people don't realize is there is something for everybody,
there is.
whatever step
Yeah,
you're at on smoking.
Yeah.
Really, really spoiled.
Whether,
Yeah.
it's, whether it's an ego or
you know, or like you said, an Atlantis and a CF sub ohm, you know, battery.
Then you guys
if
get
want
into
it-
the
if you want it,
boxes
yeah,
and
if you
the
want
neck
it,
mods,
Neck
my
mods,
baby.
neck boxes.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
different
The
things.
cool thing
Yeah.
is it's become a collecting type of thing. Like it's became an art more than it has became just anything in a
Yeah.
lifestyle. Like
Yeah, this is
I know
definitely
a lot of
lifestyle for me.
people,
It's not even a
including us.
habit anymore. It's
Yeah.
including us, we have huge collections of mods that we don't even touch because it's an art.
Yeah.
It's a collecting thing.
And that kind of you know, leads us to a great subject about, you know, cloning and stuff, and we'll get into that on, you know, one day. You know, I've had this discussion with the owner of the shop, Justin, about it, and how it's basically a theft of, you know, a theft of intellectual property, and you know, these people spend their time to design these things, but this could go on forever. So
Yeah.
There's a huge debate about cloning.
Yeah.
Knowing personally modders, I don't agree with it. I mean, I understand there is a price point. There's cheaper mods on the market. Back 2 years ago, there wasn't. Two
Yeah.
years ago, you could buy a clone or an authentic. The authentics were $200. The clones were
for
30.
30, yeah, yeah,
Now, you got authentic mods for $100. You can get a starter kit for $100 and be
Yeah.
vaping with the big boys for $100.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's really no reason to support cloning.
Yeah.
That's my
And-
opinion. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sorry if you don't agree, but
No.
that's where I'm at.
No, and
And I
you know,
understand,
it's
especially
good,
like a year ago or even 6 months ago, I understood it to a point. But because of price difference, especially like with people barely getting into vaping, it's hard to drop $300 on a mod.
It is. It
But-
is, especially if it's
but-
not something that you know that it's going to help.
Yeah.
you.
But modders have realized that, and there are a lot of cheaper alternatives.
Yeah.
To that.
I've seen some really cool ones. You know, like the mod that they carry here. You know, it's called the Clone with a K. You know, it's a nice mod. It's really well built, and and so that's something that you can get into for, you know, under $100, and
This
and
might
be
be
set to
child.
go. Yeah,
That was 60.
Yeah.
And it hits like a
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
beast.
Well, you can get like the Kanger CF mod
Mhm.
with the sub tank.
Well, and even IPVs.
IPVs are not bad.
Yeah.
Much more than $100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Well, we want to thank you guys for joining us today, and
Thanks for having us.
And thanks so much for the support for Vaping Housewives. We know that you said that you had a lot of people asking about where they could buy your product and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, for wholesale, just go to my website,
okay.
leoliquidvapor.com. If you want to order just personal stuff, Vapeaffliction.com has it, and vaporcraziness.com has an online site in the works that should be up within the next week or so.
Okay, perfect. That's
that's
perfect. So you got 2 sites, and then are you on Vape Affliction too?
I'm actually not with Vape Affliction.
Okay.
Vapor Craziness, electronic sticks, Riverwalk vapors.
Okay.
If you go to diehardape.com and go to the store finder, it'll link out all the different places that sell diehards.
Oh,
There's
perfect.
about 20
That's how
different
my
places.
website
Oh, that's-
is. You
that's
can find
great.
all
Okay,
retail
so
locations
and
on the
some
website.
of them have a retail online presence, some of them don't.
Okay.
If you are interested in wholesaling it, you can either contact me directly through the
Okay.
website, or you can contact vaporcraziness.com.
Perfect.
I just want to let you guys know one thing really quick. I go to different vape shops in other towns, and I've tried their juice, and I still end up recommending your juice to them. You guys
Really
have
appreciate
such
that.
an amazing line.
Yeah, we really.
So
And we're excited to be able to bring it to, to people in the social media. Like I said, both Laura and I are in some pretty good size girls only vape groups. So it kind of gets your name out there and to try.
We both like girls.
Yes.
Just
when you guys have lines that are appealing to
yeah,
girls,
to the women too.
5 in the pink, your royal gesture.
So we want to thank you guys for coming out today, and we're going to bring you some more people.
All right.
Thank you.